Okay, so if you're into Commodore stuff, you're probably already familiar with the Micro IEC adapter by Jim Brain. And if you've never heard of it before, well, then you've learned something new. And you should go to his website and check it out at go4retro.com, the number 4, go4. He didn't pay me to say that. He doesn't even know me. I don't know him, but he's got a lot of cool stuff to keep the Commodore scene alive. Basically what it is an adapter that lets you use an SD card as a 1541 emulator. So you can load up a bunch of 1541 images and basically have almost infinite space. You can also load up D71, D81 images, plus a bunch of other things. And it plugs into the serial port on a Commodore, just like a regular 1541. It plugs into the cassette port for power, which means you probably can't use this on a SX64 because it doesn't have cassette port. But there is provision for an external power jack here. This one right now has a 256 meg card, which I've loaded up a bunch of stuff, and maybe 256 meg doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider that the 1541 the capacity of the 1541 is 170K. 256 megs a lot. That's a lot of math. I don't want to do it, but that's a lot of disk images you can store. So just stick this in here and you plug it into the back of your Commodore 64 on the cassette port. It's already connected to the serial bus, and I'm going to point the camera at the monitor like this. Turn the light off, and then I will turn the Commodore on, and there's your basic Commodore startup screen, and you use regular commands that you've always used to access the SD card. By default it's on drive 10. You can change that. I left it at default, and here is the SD card that I loaded up a bunch of stuff. Quantum Link is a D64 image, GEOS is a 1581 image. I've got a bunch of cards I've loaded up for another reason, and some other D64s. To mount it, you have to issue a bunch of commands to the SD card, and you have to use the command channel for that, and it's not really easy unless you have the DOS wedge. And there's GEOS64 now. There's other commands you can use besides the CD to mount drives, but it's kind of a pain to always open the command channel. So what you do is use Jiffy DOS. And the Micro IEC adapter has Jiffy DOS compatible firmware in it, so not only do you get the Jiffy DOS easy commands, but because it's got Jiffy DOS compatible firmware, you get the speed increases. But you can see it's a lot easier to use, and to mount disks is basically like that. Now I'm going to load GEOS on this. You've probably never seen GEOS load this fast, but watch this. And look at that, it's there. I don't have a mouse or a joystick to drive it, but that's pretty much it. If you were to do this on a 1541 or even a 1581, it would probably take a lot longer. So anyways, that's pretty much that. That is the Micro IEC adapter with Jiffy DOS in my Commodore 64, booting GEOS64 off of an SD card, probably in about 10 seconds. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.